On the eve of the 70th anniversary of the CCP regime, marches and gatherings were held in cities across the globe to support Hong Kong and protest against CCP tyranny, including a gathering in front of China's Washington, D.C. embassy on September 29, 2019. It was organized by Citizen Power Initiatives for China. Over 20 other groups also participated to jointly protest against 70 years of the CCP's despotic rule and support Hong Kong's fight to preserve freedom, including the Uyghur American Association, the Chen Guangcheng Foundation, the Association Against Religious Persecution, and the Church of Almighty God, CAG. At the rally that afternoon, hundreds of demonstrators stood hand in hand to form a human chain in support of the anti-extradition movement, just as Hong Kong Way protesters did. Yang Jianli, event organizer and founder of Citizen Power Initiatives for China, said this in his speech.
The people of Hong Kong have waged nearly 4 months extraordinary struggle for freedom, democracy, and the rule of law. Their courage, their endurance, their unity, their creativity, and their spirit have earned the world's admiration. We, the people who have suffered under the yoke of the Chinese Communist Empire, who have been bullied and threatened by its despotic power, and who have been suffered at the hands of regimes backed by CCP, and who try to support and give voices to the oppressed people, have come here today.
One representative from the Association Against Religious Persecution said in her speech, "It's not easy for us to have a place of freedom like Hong Kong in China. For many years now, Hong Kong has made very special contributions in safeguarding China's pro-democracy forces. It is a channel for directing the Chinese people toward freedom and democracy, as well as the very last battleground for this purpose."
Hong Kong people have already seen very clearly that the critical juncture that will determine the survival of Hong Kong is right now. They are fighting for freedom, they are fighting for democracy. What they are defending is not only the freedom of their own freedom as people of Hong Kong, but also the freedom of the people of the mainland China, the freedom of all the people in the world. Why is the path to achieving these things in China so difficult? Why is that generations of Chinese people over the last 70 years have never achieved true democracy? Instead of shedding their blood for it, giving their lives for it. Why is it that Hong Kong was handed back to China just 22 years ago, but the people of Hong Kong are now sacrificing their lives for the most basic human rights? The facts show us that wherever the CCP is, there we can find fear, evil, violence, and war. Where the CCP is, freedom and democracy will be nothing but a pipe dream. The CCP is the root of the darkness and evil in this world. It's an executioner abusing human rights and freedom. If true democracy and freedom are to be achieved in China, then the dictatorship of the CCP must be fully eradicated. We call on each and every person with conscience in this world to stand with Hong Kong and fight against the dictatorship of the CCP.
At the rally, CAG Christians held a banner reading, "We want human rights and freedom," as well as photos of Christians who have been imprisoned or persecuted to death. One Christian told the reporter that there is no freedom, no human rights, and no rule of law in China. The CCP stops at nothing to eradicate all religious beliefs and make China a land of atheism. Since the establishment of the Church of Almighty God, the CCP has performed over 1 million arrests of CAG Christians just for evangelizing or attending gatherings. Some Christians have been arrested and received sentences of 3 to 7 years or more just for having a religious book at home. Many arrested Christians have been tortured, and over 100, at the least, have been persecuted to death. On top of that, the CCP also brutally persecutes dissidents, rights activists, and ethnic minorities. Oppressed and exploited by the CCP, the people under its totalitarian regime are left with no kind of life to live.
今天，香港人民彻底看清了他们这样一个事实，已经不再对中共抱有任何的幻想，然后也不会再被他们的谎言所蒙蔽。他们今天能够站起来，站在这个全世界，那个反抗集权暴政的这样一个前沿，为争取自由民主的这样的一种精神。 深深地感动着这个世界。那今天中共它的种种恶行，它的这些无法无天的这些暴政，确确实实也是达到了神人共愤的这个程度。所以今天他们要为自己的恶行要付出惨痛的代价。
Ilshad Hassan, president of Uyghur American Association, said in his speech,
"This bloody government celebrating their so-called glorious 70 years anniversary. Actually, they are a blood terrorist government. They killed millions and millions Uyghurs, Tibetans, Chinese, and now they are incarcerating, cracking down on Hong Kongers. If we are not fight, they will kill all of us."
Yang Jianli, founder of Citizen Power Initiatives for China, said to the reporter in his interview,
在习近平统治下，中国急剧的法西斯化，成为一个中国特色的法西斯主义，迫害自己人民的能力和在外边扩张的能力是成正比的。所以他越有能力迫害自己的人民，他越有能力在外面扩张，所以这就使他成为一个对世界威胁最大的一个邪恶力量。
He also said that people must unite to fight against the CCP, because it is the enemy of all mankind. Regarding the CCP's atrocities of persecuting its people, Mr. Yang stated clearly,
这些族群和宗教团体，或者是直接遭受到这个政权的迫害，像这个我们很多的基督徒的兄弟姐妹啊，全能神教会的兄弟姐妹啊，都是这种情况，还有维族啊。 这个藏族都是直接的受到这个政权的迫害。另外，有一些人民呢是受到他们自己政权的迫害，但是他们的政权呢是由中共的政权在后边支持的，像古巴、越南、北韩等等。所以大家今天来到一起，就是来反对这个集权的统治。我觉得这个政党从一开始他就预示了他最后的结局，虽然他用了很多的策略来维持他的统治，最后他一定是灭亡的，他不可能不灭亡。
Chen Guangcheng, a famous Chinese dissident, also came to the rally and said,
不能让中共这个邪恶专制政权继续祸害中国人民。中共不等于中国。 中共是窃国贼。
A participant told the reporter from what he knows, he is sure that the CCP is the most dark and evil force in the world, and he hopes the CCP will not exist in the future. Mr. Bobby Lai, president of the Vietnamese American community, shared with the reporter his opinion on the communism regime.
Especially when we enjoy those freedoms. We need to fight those that take those freedom away from other human beings. So for all of you in the United States that are enjoying your freedom here, just remember, many people in China, in Hong Kong, in Vietnam, and all those people under the communist oppression does not have that freedom. They're being prosecuted. They're being genocide. We need to stand with them and support them to let them know that we care about justice. And if we can do that, we will have the results in getting rid of all of the communists around the world.
As the event was wrapping up, attendees spread a Anti-Chinazi flag designed by Citizen Power Initiatives for China on the ground and lined up to stomp on it to display their strong protest and disgust for decades of the CCP's despotic rule. It is understood that the same afternoon, hundreds also gathered in front of the Los Angeles Chinese consulate in support of Hong Kong. Reported by Eastern Light correspondent Cheng Xi in Washington, D.C.